Happy St. Patrick's Day! Before you have your first pint of Guinness, or sing that last chorus of Danny Boy, you should know how the saint this day is named for used fear as fuel to save civilization. Much of Patrick's life around the year 400 AD is shrouded in legend, mythology, and the mists of time. Herpetologists might not agree that he drove snakes out of Ireland. However, historians definitely concur that Patrick was a Celt, born in Romanized Britain, to wealthy parents. Around age 16, he was kidnapped by pirates and sold into slavery in Ireland. He served as a slave for 6 years until his daring escape. But before he was captured, St. Patrick wasn't a spiritual guy. His focus on who he was and where he came from changed him during the time he was a slave. While he was in captivity, Patrick learned to use fear as fuel, and he found his own spirituality. It kept him grounded and helped establish a vision to take the risk of a daring escape across Ireland. He had to do it clandestinely at night, finally showing up on the west coast and stowing aboard a ship. All the time he had the knowledge that if he was caught, he'd be tortured or killed. Once he was back in Britain, he knew he wanted to get back to Ireland. But first, he had to make sure he was ready to face all his old fears. He spent 15 years preparing to battle his demons head-on. In his autobiography, he compared fear to materialism, and he explains how it can get in the way of pursuing your true calling if you become fixated on avoiding fear. After he was made a bishop, he returned to Ireland. He was such a paragon of Christian courage, decency, and holiness that he changed the course of history. The story of his escape is a classic example of using fear as fuel, and it's helped power the Irish diaspora to fantastic lives, especially as leaders during times of strife. The influence of Patrick across the world is clear by the first celebration of St. Patrick's Day. It took place in the 1700s in Boston, Massachusetts. It didn't become an official holiday in Ireland until 1900s. Now go find some live Irish music and have fun dancing your best jigger reel today. I'm Patrick Sweeney. Happy St. Patrick's Day.